Hello, my name's Hannah and I work in Student Services. I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the support that we've got available for you as a student at Imperial. We know that most students will probably go through their programme, have an enjoyable time, face some pretty strong academic challenges, but occasionally you might come across some difficulties. So here's how we might be able to help. If you're living in an undergraduate hall, we have a warden system that's staffed by a member of academic staff from a department, might not be yours. They're a full-time member of staff and they live in the hall with you. They have a team of sub-wardens who are often PhD students, and we have some hall seniors who are returning undergraduates who will have been through their first year at least already. They're there primarily to look after your social life in the hall, but if things go a little bit wrong or you're unhappy, you might get homesick in your first year, you might discover some mental health difficulties that perhaps you weren't aware of having. They're there to at least have an initial conversation with you and to help you think about what might be best for you next. Within your department, you'll be assigned a personal tutor. That will also be a member of academic staff, and they're there to check in with you on a regular basis to see how you're doing, whether that's academically or personally. And they're also there to answer any questions you might have, either about just navigating your way around the college or perhaps about something more to do with your programme. Personal tutors also each have a senior tutor in the department, so each department has one additional member of academic staff, perhaps with a little bit more experience about helping out if you're a student who's got maybe some more complex situations going on or more than one difficulty that are playing together to make your life just a bit more difficult. So the senior tutors are there to support your personal tutor, but also to support you directly. We've also got some central college services which are perhaps a little bit more specialised. If you have a disability, whether you identify with that term or not, you may have dyslexia, for example, you may have a mobility difficulty, you may have an enduring mental health diagnosis already. The disability service is there to liaise with your department and to talk to you about what your disability means for you and the impact that it might have on your studies. They'll be able to talk through some adjustments that we might be able to make for you, not just around exams and assessment, but also around accessing your teaching and particularly doing some of your practicals and maybe any fieldwork that you might be coming across. We work closely with a GP practice local to South Kensington. It's an NHS provision, so they can act as your regular physician and doctor. They also take emergency referrals when we think that somebody needs to go quickly and seek help. We have a student support fund, so not all difficulties are necessarily physical or mental difficulties or even academic. Sometimes you might just find that you've got some financial difficulties, and we can help, again, talk you through what those look like and see if we can help you with some either loans or some additional funding to help you continue your studies. We have a fantastic careers service, so no matter where you are on your careers journey, whether you know exactly what you want to do already or whether you're still a bit unsure or whether you just think you need a bit of help with interview and assessment processes, the careers service is there for you. They can offer CV appointments to check your CV. They can offer one-to-one counselling on your career choices and where you want to go with it. They also run a series of seminars and showcases where we bring a lot of very good employers onto campus, and you get a chance to meet with a lot of people in quite a short space of time. We've got faculty senior tutors, so I've previously mentioned that we have personal and senior tutors. Faculty senior tutors are, again, academic members of staff. They're based in your faculty rather than your department. And again, they are there for you to approach, particularly if you've got complicated circumstances or if you're just a little bit nervous about raising something within your department. For those of you who have a faith or perhaps have no faith, you might be interested in the Chaplaincy Multi-Faith Centre. It's located in a quiet place just at South Kensington again, and it is available to anybody to use. They run some very good mindfulness sessions, and also it can be a place for some quiet contemplation, perhaps when your academic studies have got a bit much or things are just feeling a little hectic. And of course, we have a student counselling and mental health advice service. It's a self-referral service, so you won't be sent to it, but you might be recommended to explore it. And it's a therapeutic service to help you through if you've got an ongoing difficulty that you're struggling to cope with, shall we say. And our mental health advisors are also there to help anybody who's got a considerable mental health difficulty or a diagnosed illness, and they'll be able to help you navigate your way through college in a way that best suits your condition. We have a couple of areas of quite practical support that you might find useful. Our International Student Support Service is an expert visa advice service, so whether you've been thinking about applying for your visa, you've made a start, or maybe you're just a bit worried about what's going to be involved in keeping your visa once you get here, that service is there to help. In addition, they also run some quite exciting excursions in and around London and a little bit further afield, just to get a bit more of a feel for what it's like living in the UK and not just around the Imperial. We also have the Student Hub. That is an advice service. It can help you, again, navigate all sorts of things around the college, particularly around paperwork and documentation, but it's also the expert point of advice for accommodation. It will have been the Student Hub and their sister team, the Accommodation Office, that will arrange places in halls. They can also provide a lot of advice around private landlords and sourcing accommodation once you've left your hall. Your union has an advice centre which is independent and confidential and can offer a range of advice, whether that's on academic issues maybe such as appeals or mitigation for exams, but also some quite practical things around finance as well. And finally, we've got a lot more information than we can give you in this presentation on Student Space online. It covers a huge range of other subjects and also helps signpost you to where you might be able to find out a bit more in depth about what you're interested in, and also other sources of help within the college.